Hi, folks. Michelle. I don't really know what to say. I've spent, 30 minutes sitting here at my microphone and with a camera and trying to figure out what to say and how to say it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. All I could say to my husband was, this is just weird. Isn't it weird? It's big. It's far-reaching. It's something we've never seen before. These are things that have never been seen before by most of us. I mean, this is not just one country. This is not just one people. This is not just one section. This is everybody. And the amount of uncertainty is just, it almost feels suffocating, doesn't it? And sometimes we don't know, well, maybe a lot of times we don't know what to do when we're suffocating except gasp for air. Except in this case, it feels like, what am I even gasping for? How do I process this entire thing? I don't know if you're feeling like this, but you probably are. Because if you're human, you can't help it. I've gone around the past few days trying to decide what's right to do. Seriously, what's right to do with everything? What's right to do to prepare? What's right to do for the schools? What's right to do for the kids and the family and your mother and your aging population and work and clients, and trying to figure out what to do, what is right to do, even down to, do I do a live video? Do I do a podcast? I don't know. In times of uncertainty, nothing seems the right thing to do. And when it's this uncertain and this big, it's even worse. And we're all feeling it. It's like, where do you go for reprieve, for comfort, and for peace in a time like this? It's really difficult to say. So I just thought I would pop in, come on, with almost, I have notes, but I don't even know that they feel appropriate enough to say, it's okay to be uncertain. It's okay not to know what to do. But to also put a couple of things maybe in perspective that I have found. So every morning, part of my morning routine is to pull a card from one of the many decks that I have as tarot cards or oracle cards. And right now I've been really enjoying the Moonchild Tarot by, I think it's Danielle Noel, Starseed Designs. I've really been enjoying it, and I usually pick a series of cards each day just to give myself some insight. I pick 3 cards, and then I have this journaling process that I do on the 3 cards that I've picked, and they each give me a intention, some intention for the day. So I chose, though, today to be really focused, because with so much going on, the brain in that kind of state of uncertainty and maybe fear, anxiety, can really only process one thing at a time. So I only picked 1 card and allowed myself to think about what that meant for me and what that meant for today. And what I picked was the Emperor. Now, if you know anything about tarot cards, I've been pulling them since university. My very first deck was an Egyptian tarot card. I loved it. Love it. Love it. Love it. But if you know anything about tarot, the Emperor is a very powerful card in its energy, but also in its message. And just from Danielle, I just want to read a couple of bits that I read, and then I turned into something this morning. The Emperor embodies a deep inner fortitude that reflects a personal code of conduct and strength. Its greatest powers emerges and transmutes through the joining of his head and intellect. Then I wrote a couple other things. This gentle strength brings harmony and peace to where there is conflict and separation in the world, which defines true leadership and innovation. And then I had to think about that for a sec. I was like, yeah. In a time that seems so upside down, the only thing that really helps us is what's inside. Because that's the only thing that's left, is defining meaning of what's going on outside ourselves. And that idea of bringing harmony and peace when there is conflict and separation. And I thought about that. She also talks about build the root of your power, led by the heart. Yeah, right? So I said in my own journal, I'm just reading it, it says, for me, speak into the hearts first, then the minds. And I thought to myself, in these times, what can I do? And I went back to my own teachings, gifts and talents. I have a gift of a certain charisma and for helping people see more clarity. It's a gift of mine. My talent is the ability to speak that into people. Breathe some belief, even if it's a tiny amount of relief. And so after I read that card and what it meant for me, speak into the hearts first and then the minds, I thought, just got to use my voice. And even if it's not perfect, and even if I don't say everything needed, just the power of a small message, using what it is that is my gift and my talent for you, is all I'm here to do. So I thought I would share a few things that might help you also find some deep inner fortitude, and that would help you bring some peace. I posted on my Instagram a few days ago, when the world is loud, create your own peace. It's true. How do you do that, though? Well, I may have a couple insights for you. Number one, I want you to know that you will need to redefine yourself and your sense of meaning in this space and after this space. This calls for a huge redefinition of self because it will require us to all find new meaning inside this and outside. Meaning is the thing that makes life worthwhile. Meaning. What is this doing for me? Why am I connected to what I'm doing? And meaning, finding it, has to do with knowing your own values and giving yourself an opportunity to express those values through anything that you do. Our values are going to get jumbled up in all this change. Certain ones will come more to the forefront than others. And being able to pin down your values and then connect them to your gifts, the things that are given to you out of nowhere, out of the divine, out of just being here. And then your talents, the things you've nurtured, is going to be both important and super powerful. We're all superheroes here. If we can harness values, your meaning, the outcome you want to create, and your gifts and your talents. So the second thing is to focus on what you're learning about yourself in this stuff. I know that's hard because we're focusing on the people around us, the things we have to do, the messages we're taking in. But there is something to be learned about who you are in this space, who you are and who you want to be. It's learning about yourself. What am I taking in? Who am I in this space? Who am I when I'm pressed? Who am I when I'm stressed? And is that the thing that's going to serve me on the other side of this when it comes to those redefinition of those gifts and talents? The other thing I thought about was be simple with what you give to yourself and to others. Simplicity is taking away complexity. And the thing is when we're faced with all of these messages, complexity is huge. Like there's just a lot of it. And so keeping things simple food, simple movement, simple conversations, just simple. That's the thing that's going to help us get through too. And unburden the mind as you redefine. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to do the redefinition, but it's also going to take some time to process it. None of this is over yet. Not even close. Because we're not even through the main, let alone the aftershocks. But if you spend some time with yourself and really feeling into who you are in this and who you want to be after this, I really believe that there's going to be some powerful, powerful change that comes out of the people who see what is happening as a world community thing, as a global thing, and really as a time when we can all come together while using what is powerful about us individually. So, I think that's all I have to say. I want you all to be well. Be well in your minds, in your hearts, in your families, in your friend groups, in your communities. Check with the people who you know you need to. Check with the people you don't think you need to. And just take care of each other. But most importantly, take care of yourself. Because after all this is over, you're the one, in the end, who'll create the greatest change in everything that ripples out from you. So we have to take care of the center. Everyone have a wonderful day and just be well. Talk to you soon.